and press record and start sharing my screen. So let me pull up the presentation. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and present and get started. All right, here we go. So thank you guys again so much for coming on. At the end of the day, we just want you to know that we greatly appreciate you. We know that time is your most valuable asset. And so we really appreciate you coming in to just come and learn about our business opportunity. So my name is Dr. Stephanie Burgos, and I will be one of the presenters here this evening along with Jessica. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So basically, I have been with this company, within this business, since July of 2013. And back in July of 2013, I was in the busiest time of my life. I was a medical resident at Harvard in Boston, and I was working about 80 hours a week. And I was burnt out. I was overweight. I had no energy. I was an emotional eater. I was a stress eater. I had no time. And yet I was sitting there like, what can I do next? Like, what else can I do more? And I don't know if you can relate to that, just always thinking of something else that you can do. But I am someone that, all my life, I have struggled with my weight. I was an overweight child. I was overweight in high school. I used to do Weight Watchers with my mom. I used to go to the meetings with her. And so I was always, I was always in some sort of yo-yo diet. My weight fluctuated, and I always had poor self-image, a low self-esteem throughout most of my life. And so when I went to medical school, the weight came on. And when I went to residency, the stress and the expectations really got the best of me. And I found myself looking for a solution that was flexible, a solution that I could do from anywhere, a solution that even when I was working overnights, for example, I didn't have an excuse as to why I didn't get my workouts in or why I couldn't focus on me. And so one day I said enough was enough. It was in the middle of, like I said, the middle of my residency. I had a closet full of clothes that didn't fit me. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something. I need to stop giving into my excuses. I need to find something that I can do from home. I need to take control of my eating. And at the time, my husband had been doing one of our programs, which is called Insanity. He had gotten like the bootleg version off of like his computer. And so, we all have those people where we got the copied version just to try it out. And I remember saying, my goodness, this is really hard. And at the end, they were talking about this thing called Shakeology, which was one of our supplements. They were also talking about this coaching business. And with Sean T, who was a trainer, he had just come out at that time with a new program that was only 25 minutes. And I just remember telling myself, if I could commit to 25 minutes, at the end of the day, we spend 25 minutes sometimes convincing ourselves not to move, not to get up, not to get our workout in. We're like scrolling. We're like, man, I'm tired. We're sitting there. And next thing you know, 25, 30 minutes have flown by when you really could have gotten a workout in. And so I started with that program. And I remember the person coming up to me and saying, you know what, you should be a coach. I had no idea what this idea of being a coach was. I just wanted the discount. I was in $300,000 of school loan debt. I was not making a lot of money. I was stressed out. I was like, what's the cheapest way that I can get involved? How can I save money? And that's what I was looking for. And so she said, sign up as a coach, for the many benefits. And also it'll be an added accountability. And that's what I did. And that day, I remember it was July of 2013, that evening, something went off inside of me where I remember just thinking, you know what if I can share my story? What if I can share my journey? What if I could inspire one other busy person, another busy woman out there who doesn't believe in herself, who's overweight? What if I could inspire her with my journey to really take back control of her health, to really see herself for who she really is, to really come back home to herself? And that is how this business got started. And now we're almost 8 years later, and this business has been such a huge blessing. I wanted something that I could do from home. I've been able to travel the world, through other opportunities and still maintain this business, because as long as I had internet, I was always able to check into my business. And so that flexibility, I've been able to stay on track with my fitness, because again, it's a virtual gym nowadays, and that I'm able to travel with that. So there's no excuses even when I am traveling. And then most importantly, it's brought an amazing community It's brought an amazing community into my life, my husband's life, and it's completely transformed our mindset and our emotional state. And so that is a little bit about me. I'm going to go ahead and pass the baton over to Jessica.
Oh my goodness. Hey guys, how are you? First of all, let me just thank you guys for showing up on this call. I really appreciate it. We're not going to take much of your time. My story is a little bit different than Stephanie's. I had the yo-yo effect with this business, and let me just start off with that I'm a mom of 4 boys. I am a wife of 2 years. And I am a business owner in real estate investing. So with my story, I've been overweight most of my life. I struggled with it. I struggled with depression and anxiety. I definitely had times where I kind of lost myself. And so for me to come into this business, I started off as just working on me. And that was something that I needed to do. And I was very successful. I did lose 100 pounds with this program a few years back. And that was when I was a single mom. And things happened and life happened. And I had to step away for a while. But in that time, I grew spiritually. I connected more with Christ. I needed to get closer to him. I needed to find my identity. I needed to find what my calling was. And I always knew that my calling was always with connecting with women. I've always enjoyed hosting. I've always enjoyed helping others and encourage them, inspire them. And it's just something that I love to do. And so why not get paid to do that while I'm doing it, but also to share my journey, because the fact that I did lose my 100 pounds, I did gain it back. Unfortunately, I had another baby and I kind of went into postpartum after him, and it was a rough time. And let's just say that I needed to find myself again. I needed to get connected in a place where I knew that I can find that motivation, and not only that, but accountability. This was definitely a good place for me to come. And after I had my son, I gained so much weight and I knew I needed to lose it. So I came back again. And I said, I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to focus on getting back into losing weight again. I did it before. I knew I could do it again. I know that life gets rough and stuff, but I had to realize that my health was very important. And at the beginning of this year, I had received some bad news. And so I knew that I needed to do something fast, because if not, I was going to end up being diabetic, suffering from knee injuries, having surgery, and I was afraid of that. And so I kicked myself back into gear and I got excited, and then I said, you know what, I'm getting back into this. I want to continue motivating and inspiring others, and this is where I'm at now. So that is me, guys.
Amazing. Thank you, Jessica. I always love hearing your story and watching you transform, and it's always such a pleasure. And so what we want to do is we want to go right into the objections. We want to go right into the common concerns, the common questions that people have when it comes to getting involved in an online wellness business. So Jessica, why don't you take us through the first 3 kind of major objections that we tend to hear?
Yeah, so definitely. But I don't have the time. I know I get this a lot. And I know just from experience, especially having another baby and having 4 boys at home, especially during this COVID and everything happening, I definitely had that excuse in the back of my head where I was like, I don't have time for it. But I think what happened was that I developed such a passion, and for me, that I was like, you know what, I'm going to make time for it. I also used to think that I wasn't inspiring. And I think that was just because I was in a season of self-doubt and not feeling confident, definitely not, just taking care of me. So because I felt that way, I didn't believe that I can inspire other people. And lo and behold, I receive messages every day of saying how inspiring I am. And I'm just like in awe, because I'm like, wow, like you never know. Everyone has a story. Another thing is, But I'm not in shape and I'm not a trainer. If you see me, you will know what I mean. I am still heavy set. I am working on it. I'm down 35 pounds. But that is to say that just because you're not where you are, where you want to be, you still can inspire other people. And it's not always about knowing the exact precise. Some people just need the accountability. Some people just need that motivation. And so when I started realizing that my story was helping other people, I started realizing that I don't need to be a trainer. I can just help others by sharing my journey with them. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I would even just add to that, that people want to see other people that are relatable. And there are a lot of people who sometimes they'll see the before and afters, they'll see the after and they'll be like, oh, wow. Like it's that initial, yes, it's that initial shock of, wow, that's amazing. But then there's like a little subconscious part that's like, well, good for her. That can't happen to me. But when you are watching someone, literally watching their journey, and you're with them like 12 months in and you're like, man, I've literally been watching her. There is something that's different about that. And people really want to look for other people that are relatable. Another thing that a lot of people get concerned about is that they're not good at selling. And I kind of always tell people that I really don't look at what we do as selling. I look at what we do as sharing. And that's why it's a huge thing for you to come in and use our products, to have your own authentic experience, to literally become your first transformation. Because when you fall in love with something, I mean, you guys know when you love a hairstylist, or you go to a nail salon and you love it, or you listen to, you watch a movie and you love it, you are going off and telling people about it to go, check them out. Or there's a restaurant that you just loved and you're like, my goodness, you have to try their pizza, you have to try their sushi or whatever. And you're out there telling people about it, sharing what you love. It's the same thing in business at times. That's why, it's so important that when you're looking for a business to spend time in and invest in, that you really truly believe in the product and that you're going to be using the product. And so I never look at this as selling. I look at this mainly as sharing something that has completely transformed my life, my clients' lives, and just simply presenting that information and saying this can also potentially transform your life. And so truly sharing something that, that we love. Another concern is that you don't know enough people. And one thing, along with like not having enough time, is that we have business training around how to, build your business, how to, create little pockets of time in your day so that you can make time for this, but also so that you can grow the skill set that it requires to grow a network. And that takes time. And a lot of people, like when I started, I didn't have a lot of people on Instagram. I had 100 people on Instagram, and now I have around 25,000 on Instagram. And so it takes time to grow, and we teach you that. And so don't worry about not knowing enough people. It's all about, really coming in and being willing to learn and grow your network. Another question people get asked about is this a pyramid scheme? And this was one that I really was concerned about. So I did the research. I looked into what a pyramid scheme is. And a pyramid scheme, first of all, it's illegal in our country. But number two, it's when someone comes up to you and they're like, I have a business, I have a business for you. Pay me this amount and I'm going to give you a business and I'm going to give you this idea. But there's never any exchange of product that happens. And so that's usually illegal because there's no product exchange. And so with us, what ends up happening is that, when you invest in your business, you're actually getting all of the tools that you're going to need to get started in terms of for your own wellness. And so whether someone signs up as a coach or whether someone signs up as a customer, it's the same price because, again, you're paying for the package. And then lastly, what I want to say is if you don't sacrifice now for what you want, putting in that effort, what you want later on in the future becomes a sacrifice. And so if you don't sacrifice, whether it's time or, and usually for a lot of us, it's extra time. We do have to sacrifice the time to put in the effort in order to grow an additional business. All right, so what do we do exactly as a coach? So Jessica, tell us what we do, number one, that's so important.
So number one is working on becoming your best self. I think with that being said, I'm just going to tell you from my experience, of trying to be a mom and a wife and becoming a business owner, it was a lot to juggle with. And so I knew that I needed to work on me. And the first thing I needed to work on was my weight and my mind. So in order for me to be consistent, my mindset had to be right. And so this was something that, you know, it's very important in this business, because the fact that, you know, you're working on your best self, people see that, and they resonate with that, and they're like, hey, she's work, what is she doing? And so this is really important in that, because like I said, for business, but also for personal, this has helped me tremendously. I've learned how to control my emotions better in this aspect, because I've learned to grow in learning my personal development and reading. And my thing was always the Bible. You know, I always read the Bible, and I always received confirmation there. And so this is definitely very important as a coach.
Absolutely. And I would even say, I remember when we first, and, it's funny because now the big theme for me right now is really helping people come back home to themselves. And I remember when we got you back involved at the beginning of this year, it was, even in speaking, hearing from your husband, it was like, this was really about coming back home to you. Coming, really making that time for yourself, and really, working on yourself, because in a way you had lost yourself a little bit, and you had disconnected. And then what ends up happening kind of moving forward into 2 and 3 is that as you start filling your bucket and you start really, really believing in yourself and finding that inner, that inner wellness, that inner joy, that inner peace, which is what happens when you work on yourself, you then start shining your light onto others, and you start shining your light out for others, and encouraging and inspiring. And what ends up happening is that you find a tribe of women and men that you're meant to help, that can totally relate to you. And then lastly, what we do is we then help them, those who decide to come and join us, whether they join us as a customer within our community, or whether they join us as a coach and want to build their business, we help them do the same. So it's literally like this kind of wash and repeat, wash and rinse kind of process of, let's bring you in, let's get you working on yourself, let's get you working on your body, believing in yourself. And then from that, you're naturally going to be encouraging others, because you're going to change. That's what I always tell people. I can guarantee, like, you give us 1 year of your life of actually doing the activities, of actually showing up, and your life will change. I can pretty much guarantee that, because I know that if you put in the work, you are going to change. And by a default of you changing, your external reality and all of your situations, all of your experiences are going to change as well. All right, so let's quickly talk about the money, because I know a lot of people want to know, how do I make income? And I love talking about the money, because I think, those of us who want to go into business, we want to know, okay, what is the potential here? How is it that you bring in an income, helping, sharing your weight loss journey, and, helping people with a product? So basically, the way it works, we have 3 main ways of how we make an income. The first way is by what we call our retail side, and that is where you get 25% commission on any product that you sell to someone else. So flat 25% commission, pretty simple to understand. We also get 40% commission on our Beachbody On Demand virtual platform. So that is our workout system. It's like Netflix, but for workouts. And so any single time somebody renews that, we get 40% commission. Another way, so that's the retail side. The second way is through what we call the team cycle bonus, which is the residual income aspect side of this business. Roughly for every $300 worth of product sold underneath you within that week, within the team, within your downline, you get anywhere between $14 to $18 for every $300 worth of product. So that's how that works in terms of the team cycle bonuses. And as you grow your business and as your team grows, that aspect of the income and that aspect will continue to grow as well. Another way is through what we call our quarterly bonuses. So what I love about Beachbody is that they reward you for helping other leaders grow. They reward you for helping others to succeed. And so they have different quarterly bonuses when you have 2 leaders under you, 5 leaders under you, 10 leaders under you, and 15 leaders under you. And so those quarterly bonuses, change every single quarter depending on how many people qualify for that. But it can range anywhere between, $2,000 a quarter for the 2-star, anywhere up to about $30,000 for the quarter for when you have the 15 leaders under you. So a great incentive to really help people, a great incentive to helping other people have success as well. One thing I also want you to think about is that, if you want to build wealth, it's about building wealth. You need multiple sources of income. And so really, as we're talking about this, really seeing if wellness is a product, because I always think, really what our product is wellness. It's health and wellness. It's the lifestyle. That is what we are in a way, really sharing with other people to help them get involved. So what's the potential, right? So first of all, before we share any potential, we like you to know there's a statement that we always have to say, just to let you know that there's no amount of income that is ever guaranteed. Everything that happens, the success of a coach has to do with their hard work. It has to do with their the skill set that they grow. And so there's no set guarantee that, and that's anything. I feel like if anything tells you that they're absolutely going to make you a ton of money, you need to run away from that. You need to run away from that and say you are lying, this is a fraud, because it's, at the end of the day, anything worth having, really takes some hard work, consistency, some persistence, and some discipline. So in terms of potential, I'll speak a little bit about the income potential, and Jessica will be sharing a little bit more about the overall kind of life-changing potential. But in terms of income, like I said, I have friends of mine who are making, $250,000, $500,000 a year with this business. Myself, between my husband and I, over the past 8 years, we've been able to bring in a little under $500,000 with this business over the course of 8 years. And so, as someone who was looking for an additional source of income, especially right now with everything that happened with COVID, as a physician, a lot of my shifts got cut off. And I was just so grateful to be able to have a business that was bringing in about $10,000 a month, to be able to have that as, where I didn't have to tap into my savings. And so I'm so grateful for the Stephanie from 2013 who was thinking ahead, not even knowing that this was going to happen, but that she was willing to put in the hard work and effort and, and stay in the game and stay growing, because you just never know when something is going to happen where you're going to have to rely on one of these other sources of income. So we have people in our team that are making $30 a month. We have people who are making $100 a month. We have people who are making $2,000, $4,000 a month, up to about $10,000 within our specific team. And like I said, I have colleagues that are making way more than that. And so really the potential is limitless. It's based on how hungry you are, how much you want to grow, how persistent you are, how consistent and how consistent you are. So Jessica, share a little bit about just the overall, in terms of how it's changed your life.
Yeah. So real quick though, just to tap on that little financial side, I and God bless you, I have a vision there where you're at, but for me, honestly, the extra income that I've had has allowed me to pay off my personal credit cards, because my husband will kill me, and just kidding, but to help pay off my personal credit cards, also for extra groceries. If you guys only know how my 4 boys eat, OMG, these boys eat a lot. So to be able to just get up and go and use, if I don't have my husband's card or something and I have cash or I have money in my account, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I got that check, so I can go use that. So I've used it for that. But life-changing, talk about confidence. This has brought a whole new level of confidence for me, because I can't go into the whole story, but knowing that I was trying every single day and not giving up on myself, and let me just say, from the beginning and also restarting, okay, I think there's a lot of women out there who felt like I did, shame that when they lost the weight and then coming back, it's a hard thing to do. But I'm so glad, just like you say, Stephanie, do you think the girl back then? Well, I think the girl back then for me, because it's reminding me of, remember what it did for you. I'm trying to tell myself that, remember what it did for you. Remember how you felt when you did this. And so this has brought a whole new level for me as far as confidence, feeling unashamed, becoming more fearless, becoming more proactive and persistent. It's just, I've applied a lot of the things that I do here. I apply it in my home, with my family, with my kids. Anything that I read in my personal development time, I end up sharing it with my kids, and I'm speaking in their lives, and I'm trying to encourage them as well. So this definitely has a lot of potential in self-growth and confidence, and just getting through barriers in life that you feel are self-defeating. This is definitely a great way to start, because it's you're working on you. You're working on your physical. And for me, that I was overweight, almost 300 pounds, it was like, man, and I've only lost 35, but the fact that I'm even coming from where I came is like, it's amazing. And I love to share that with people because I want them to feel that way too. I want them to feel that great confidence that they once felt, they can get it again. And of course there's other ways, right?
Right.
But I'm going to share with you what worked with me.
Right.
So.
And I would just add into that, just to, again, I always say the goal of our business is the personal growth. It is the personal development. It is how you're able to literally bring more, like Jessica, like you're sharing, confidence, bring more peace into your life. We just recently came out with an amazing meditation program. And I love that our company came out with that because, hello, look at the chronic stress that we have in our society. And, just helping people to really maintain that peace is just amazing. And so just knowing that by being a part of a community that's really heavily focused on a growth mindset and really helping you to become better and to grow, you're going to see that that is going to touch your relationships. It's going to touch your family life. It's going to touch all of it. Yeah. And so we just want to quickly go over what are the different ways that you can get involved. So Jessica, share really quickly what a discount coach is.
Yeah, for sure. So discount coach, I'm just going to read it real quick. So it uses, so basically discount coach is you're not building the business. You're in it for yourself. So, and that's not a bad thing, right? We're all about that. So you're going to, you're going to receive a 25% discount on all the products. You are going to be part of a bootcamp community, which is networking with other people who are in the same boat and trying to, work on their health and wellness. You get access to new products and programs releasing. So yeah, we definitely have these, anytime a new program comes out, we have these early VIPs. So because you're a coach, you'll have that early access. And then most interest in working on their own journey. So I'm sorry, you're moving the mouse. No, you're working on your own journey. Yeah, definitely. This is just going to be you focusing on your own journey and just conquering whatever it is, whatever goal that you have that you want to achieve. But in the process, you'll get that 25% discount.
Absolutely. And then the other two options are what we call a hobby coach. That's someone who comes in, wants to continue to work on their business, but maybe if like their friend asks them what they're doing, they may be interested in wanting to earn some commission to maybe earn back on their products. And then lastly, which is what Jessica and I are, which is a business builder. So that's someone that loves the products. They are sharing their journey. They're willing to share their journey daily. Not only do they love the groups, but they want to build their own community. They want to mentor women. They really want to put themselves out there. And then you also have the potential to earn trips and build that financial time and freedom. So what do you get? Let's share with them quickly, Jess. What do they get when they join us?
So definitely. So the fitness package, you'll get in there, you'll have resources to help you with your own personal journey. And then you'll have access to a virtual gym. You also get online training, and that is to say that you are not alone. Okay. You're going to get access to training and scripts and all this kind of great stuff to help you through this business. You're also going to have access to team pages where we'll be posting daily and just kind of updating each other, letting each other know what's going on, which helps because sometimes we get busy and you always have that one other person that does it for you. And they're like, hey, guess what? You also get part of coaching mentorship, which you'll be added into a strand, and you will be added with other people who joined the same time you did. So you won't feel like you're like not as advanced, or you won't feel left behind. This is going to be a great platform for you to connect with the other ladies or guys to kind of see where you guys are at and also help each other grow. You also get invited into quarterly trainings with other coaches in the network, which is amazing because obviously we do have other coaches who are higher rank, and they also get special training, which they would bring to us and share with us. So you get that special privilege. And then you also get access to a diverse team that is driven and motivated. And, I can't stress enough on just that diverse team. You get people from all different backgrounds. And, what I love about that is you get to see what works for somebody else, and you get to try it. You get to see if it works for you. And if it does work with you, guess what? You get to connect with them, you get to work with them, and you just get so much more connected with the group, and you just create these friendships that are amazing. And I love that because I've had friends that are on here or in my group for years when I started, and we still bond so well. And we probably have, like me and Stephanie, we haven't even met
We've
in
never met
person.
yet. I know. They
But
is gonna be
me and
wonderful.
her, we share such an energy and we connect so well. You guys know when we do connect, it's going to be party. No, I'm kidding. But no, that's what you'll get.
Awesome. And so let me just quickly share with you ladies the cost to being a coach. So basically it's going to be an investment of anywhere between $160 to $220 on your package. And I'll share on the next slide what that package will be. And that's it. That's how much it costs to open up your business. By purchasing a package, we will waive the $40 initiation fee. So that's a beautiful perk. The only other mandatory fee that it is required to be a coach is $15.95. And that is our coaching fee. And that takes care of your online office. It takes care of returns. It takes care of customer service. There's no inventory. It's not like you're like producing all these shakes and having to like hold them in your office. And like, it's all of that is taken care of by Beachbody. And so for me, I know when I got started, it was a low cost to get involved because like I said, I was going to buy it anyway. And so I started a business. I opened a business with what I bought, and low risk. And I say low risk because if for whatever reason, if you feel that this business is not for you, you can always just, drop down and be a discount coach. And that's great. Like I said, if we will support you and love you and cheer you on, and you'll still be an active part of our community. Or if you want, you can cancel your coaching membership, which is very easy to do by simply filling out a form and sending that back in. So again, very low risk. And also another thing when it comes to your packages, which we'll go into next. So these are the different package options. And so right now there's a special where you get $20 off. And so like I said, whenever you purchase a challenge pack, which is what we call these packages, you will get the sign up fee waived. And so the most popular one would be one of the ones on the right. So you can either get a full year access to your workouts with either a 30-day supply of Shakeology, which is our superfoods meal replacement shake, or you can get a year access of the programs with our performance pack, which includes our Energize, which is similar to like a pre-workout. So if you're someone that has low energy, that's going to be for you. So you'll get the pre-workout plus our Recover, which is our post-workout recovery shake, which helps with muscle soreness. So those are the main packages that comes in at around $160. And then if you want all of that included, it's about $219 for where you get both the Shakeology and the performance stack included in the package for those of you who are like, I go all in and I want to go all in and I want it all so that I can get involved. And then
ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either. And then if you already currently have Beachbody On Demand, then you're going to come in with what we call a completion pack just to kind of complete. And that way you can, save on not having to sign up for the business fee. So those are the different options. And then also just know that if you are military, you do get your monthly business fee waived. So make sure to let us know if you are a military or a veteran, or if your spouse is a military, all of that include, you get your business fee waived. So basically, let's say, for example, you wanted to sign up today, you would pay the $160 today. That would get you signed up. And then 1 month from now is when you would start paying that $15.95 business fee. So keep that in mind. So lastly, why Team Healthier You and why this opportunity? So like we've been sharing, if you are looking to really transform your life, if you're looking to really come home to yourself, if you're really looking to prioritize health and wellness in your life and be that example for your family, there is just such an amazing aspect of accountability, when you are part of a community that is focused on that, and, an incentive where you can earn an extra income while you are getting in shape. And so, like I said, if you're really looking to expand, if you're really looking to grow, if you're really looking to take your life to the next level, then it's about looking at different ways that you can do different things. And just kind of playing off of the whole diversity, we have a very diverse team. And at the end of the day, we're heavily focused on community. We're looking for people who want to come in and be a part of our community, who want to come in and care about other people in this community and really want to cheer each other on and really participate and contribute to the energy, the collective energy of which we are creating. So for me, that's why I love this opportunity. It not only has given me an opportunity to change my health and really, combat disease in my family and really prevent disease in my own body, but it's allowed me to grow a community and really, it's fulfilled that aspect of me of wanting to really inspire and motivate other people. And Jess, any last thoughts?
Um, I was thinking about this, after we talked, and I didn't know exactly how I wanted to word it. You know me, I can go on and on and on. But but no, honestly, why I'm going to focus on why this opportunity, because if I think about the why this team, it's because the fact that one thing is they've been consistent for the last 7, 8 years. That's it. And honestly, that's a good rapport to have. They've been consistent. So why this opportunity? I mean, if you're looking to work on you and just really get back centered for, to where you used to be maybe, or where you want to be, this would be a great opportunity to kind of find that pave and finding your way. And then you'll realize that while you're doing that, what such a joy you'll have in sharing your story with other people and how it's going to impact them. So if you're ever thinking about you wanting to impact somebody's life, especially through health and wellness, obviously, this would be the area. And know that it's not just physical, it's mental too, right? It's the mindset. And I think this is a great way to start something. If you're lost and you don't know what's going on right now and you need something to kind of pave you backward to a place where you have a vision, this may help you, especially if you have concerns about your health and wellness. And so, yeah, I think this would be a great opportunity for anybody who's trying to do better like that.
Absolutely. And so lastly, guys, if you've been on the fence, if you're like, should I do this? Should I not? I encourage you to go all in, because I always tell the team life begins one step out of your comfort zone. And if you want a different life, then it's going to require you by default to do something different. So with that being said, thank you to everyone who has come on, and totally appreciate, all of you taking time out of your day to join us. And,